Hello, everyone out there in YouTube land. It's good to have you with us again for our Wednesday brown bag lunch with candidates. We're here at headquarters in Tucson, Arizona, and our candidate today to talk to you and tell you what his plans are for his district is Ron DeSouza. He's running as a write-in for Constable in the district of JP8 in Pima County, Arizona. So good to have you with us. I am David Eppiheimer, the county chair of Pima County, and it's my pleasure to welcome Ron to headquarters and introduce him to you. So Ron, take it away. There's your audience, and they're all yours.
Great. So like you said, my name is Ron DeSouza. I'm a campus conservative down at the U of A, and I am running unopposed as a write-in candidate for the GOP nomination for Constable of JP8. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar, the northern border of our district is the Relito River, the west border is Country Club Road, the south border is Broadway, and the east border is Cole. Now, before I get into the nature of my candidacy, I'd just like to lay a few things down. I am not okay with looting, and I am not okay with people being okay with looting. And unfortunately, that seems to be what a lot of our radical opposition supports. We have looting going on 6th Street. I was there during the protests. It was all well and good, protests to get police accountability, but then it devolved into tearing up of construction, into breaking of windows, into just general chaos. And that is not the kind of thing I want to see on our streets. Unfortunately, we also have a radical left mayor who is more concerned with supporting and virtue signaling for Black Lives Matter instead of supporting our brave law enforcement officers. Now, Black Lives Matter, if you don't know already, they do not care about Black lives. If you go on their website, one of their main objectives is the dissolution of the nuclear family and the desire to raise kids in collectives or, quote, villages instead of having them raised by their parents. And that is not a future I think we all want for our children, whether we're Republican or whether we're sane Democrats. We do not want our children to become pawns of the state. Now, I say this because my opponent is a progressive Democrat who supports Black Lives Matter. And I offer us an alternative to the mob rule, to the destruction of our history, our heritage that has been brought forth by these progressive Democrats. As a history major, it pains me to see our history being revised by these iconoclasts who want to tear down statues of heroes like Thomas Jefferson, like Christopher Columbus, and pretty soon they're going to be coming for our founding fathers. So because of that, I think it's important that I run for this position, if anything, to deny progressive Democrats power over our law enforcement. Thank you. And are there any questions?
You're a recent graduate of U of A.
I have not graduated yet. I am in my senior year academically.
Okay, thank you, Ron, for that correction.
Yep.
You're a young guy, but you know a lot, obviously, and you've learned a lot at the University of Arizona. What do you think your youth can bring to this office as opposed to maybe someone quite a bit older?
I think that Generation Z, we need more Generation Z candidates in office because we are the most conservative generation since World War II on social issues, on immigration, on the culture war, basically. I think a lot of it is because we're forming this counterculture to the liberal indoctrination that's pushed upon us by academic institutions. So I think that being a college Republican, I'm in the front lines fighting this culture war against the radical left. And that's what I have to offer.
Tell the audience what, if they live in your district, what they need to do to write you in, how to do that.
If you live in my district, you may go to requestron.com. Well, first of all, to see if you live in my district, go to requestron.com. And if you do, and you get your ballot, you'll see a blank space for where it says Constable. That means you can write me in. RONDESOUZA, Ron DeSouza. And if I get 250 write-in votes, that means I can be your GOP nominee and your advocate for Constable of JP8.
And that would be on the November ballot.
Yes, on the November ballot.
Now, I only know this because I've already gotten my ballot. I've already voted. I'm not in your district, but the JP offices are on the back. So some of the ballots. So
yes.
You might tell the audience to make sure to flip it over.
Oh yeah. If you don't see where it allows you to write in Constable, just flip your ballot over on the back, and it should have Constable with a blank space. And if there is, write in Ron DeSouza. Any more questions?
Well, I want to thank Ron for coming into headquarters and giving us a preview of who he is and a little bit about his background and his plans if he gets elected. So those of you in JP8 out there in Tucson, Arizona, be sure to check your ballot and fill in that blank space by JP8 of the Constable one and write in Ron. RONDESOUZA.
And go to requestron.com if you'd like more information or if you'd like to see if you live in my JP.
Terrific.
Thank you.
See you next Wednesday. Tune in again.